What is up, guys? It's D Train. Welcome back to the cave. Now, I've been gone for a little while. Um, I am a track coach, so we started track season. I got super busy. I wasn't able to finish WandaVision, but I will do a review video of that. Just my final thoughts. Today's video is all about Justice League Snyder Cut. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. Um, what was Warner Brothers thinking? I don't know. What they released in theaters was an absolute disaster. It was incomplete. It didn't make sense. It was junk, garbage. This movie was a million times better. It was. So in any movie, you're gonna have like your extras and your deleted scenes and things like that in the end. What this did was it took all those and left them in the movie and then turned the dial up to about a million. Completely superior film. So let's talk about some of the things that are different and some things I like, some things I didn't like. Um, so the first thing is the color and music. They fixed the coloring; it's a lot darker, so it fits the vibe a little bit better. Um, the music's a lot more ominous, and each character gets their own music. Like I like the Wonder Woman sound. I know they had added some of that before in past movies, but it was really prevalent here. Um, you get the complete story. So some of the holes of like, how did this happen? How did they get here? How did this happen? Those are filled in with this longer cut. Obviously, it's a 4 hour movie. Um, you get less comedy. It's darker. So, and that's really the vibe that DC's been going with the whole time. It's a rated R movie, which really helped them. One of the biggest things is they did universe building, which I still think they could have did a better job of building the universe. I'm a fan of characters having movies before or buddy up movies so that I can get to know them before a team up movie so that I know who they are. Well, I already know who they are, but so that I can care about their character a little bit more. This one kind of threw everybody in, but it did a better job of that universe building than the other cut. And the big thing this one did was character backstory. So this goes along with that other thing about universe building. We get more backstory. We really get to see some of the Flash. We get to see more of his story. He talks with his dad. He can't find a job. You see him struggling to get a regular job. And then he has this situation where he meets Iris and saves her from a car accident. Uses that to a way to get his foot into the door of this pet shop. So it sets up the future for his character a little bit. Cyborg's a huge one. He's really kind of the focal point of this whole thing. All of it kind of revolves around him because he is the sole protector of the humans' mother box. And he's merged with it, so he can feel presence, he can feel what it's saying, feel what it wants, feel all the technology. He just can speak to it. You really get this backstory. You get to see just where he's coming from. So he didn't have a great relationship with his dad. He loved his mom. When she died, dad tried to save him with the mother box. They fused together. He sees himself as a monster, and you can see him struggle with that a little bit. So, like when Diana goes to meet him, he's like, "This is not a gift; it's a curse." And she's like, "Well, you need to use that curse." You get to see his character development of him learning to live with what he is and use it for the betterment of the world, and getting to know his dad a little bit more and forgiving his dad. So tons of character development with Cyborg that we didn't get in the last one. I would love to see a Cyborg movie. Would love to see a Flash movie. We need one. We need one. Um, the next big one is Steppenwolf. So I've always said Steppenwolf was horrible, 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 horrible. Wasn't strong. Um, didn't really have any character development, no backstory that I cared about. This one does add a little bit of backstory. um, so he got out of Darkseid's good graces, betrayed him, and he was on Earth looking for the mother boxes to try to right a wrong and get himself back at Darkseid's side. Not the greatest story, still kind of lame, but better than it was. Now, Steppenwolf, you do get to see he's a little bit more powerful than he was in the other one. He's portrayed that way. His fight was a lot more epic with the Amazonians. It was better with the Atlanteans. You really get to see him in action a little bit more. I like his look better. He looks a lot better. Um, I still think he's kind of lame as a villain. He's not quite as lame, but he was before he was the worst comic book villain I've ever seen. Worse than Malekith. Like he had no motives, nothing really great about him. He wasn't powerful. I just didn't care about him. He's still pretty lame to be honest with you, but he's not near as bad as he was. There's some things that bother me about him, especially in pertaining to Wonder Woman. We'll get to those a little bit later. But let's talk about Darkseid. He is in this a lot, which is awesome. I think they needed that. Great character, iconic character. Really, Thanos was a clone of Darkseid. Thanos was copied pretty much directly from Darkseid. One thing that really surprised me, like they made the history story and they made it longer and better, but instead of Steppenwolf coming, it was Darkseid. And Darkseid was defeated, and they show him defeated. And really, he was defeated by Ares and Zeus by themselves. So it's not like it took the whole army. Like they basically just took him out. Almost killed him. Sent him packing, sent him running. So that was very, very surprising. But yeah, it was. I think he looks great. Some people talk about his look. I think he looks great. I love the way they portrayed him. Can't wait to see him in the future. So the ending fight scene was so much better. Like I said, they actually needed everybody to do it. Cyborg had to go inside and actually kind of hack the mother boxes. He needed Flash to give him a jolt, and you get to see Flash just show off just how powerful he is. And then even then, they needed Superman to come help rip him apart. So it wasn't easy. The last one I felt like it was a little bit too easy. Now I will say that with Superman there, the fighting is just too easy. This is another reason why Steppenwolf is lame. He just couldn't touch Superman at all. He gives his most powerful axe shot, and Superman just brushes it off like it's nothing, and then just beats the crap out of him. So that part is lame. Just he's there to save the day, which again, I don't think Wonder Woman should need to be saved from Steppenwolf. I think she can take him one-on-one. She should have been able to, because she fought head-to-head with Doomsday and Superman and held her own, and against Ares. So she should have been able to take him on her own. But yeah, it was harder. And then we get to see Aquaman and Wonder Woman go at it with Steppenwolf. So they actually had to fight for it. And then the best thing about it is that they defeated him instead of him being defeated by parademons, which was just silly. But yeah, they defeated him, and we get to see like this ominous, like bigger threat of Darkseid and his royal court and his army just waiting to invade. So that was pretty cool to see that. One thing, so some of the plot holes that I didn't really like. Um, they introduced Martian Manhunter, who is an incredibly powerful character. For all intents and purposes, he's right there on Superman's level, if not above, because he is a high level telepath and he can go intangible. And whenever he's like loses control, he turns into this unstoppable monster. So, Martian Manhunter being there, it kind of doesn't make sense that the mother boxes called for Steppenwolf once Superman died. Like, couldn't they sense his presence too? Because he is a huge threat as well. So why didn't they sense Martian Manhunter? So that kind of bugged me a little bit. Another thing is Wonder Woman. I've talked about this a few times. She should be able to beat him. There's one point where she says about Steppenwolf, I've never seen a being as strong as him, as powerful as him, except for Superman. Which I was like, don't you remember last movie when you had Doomsday, who was 10 times more powerful than Superman, and you fought against him, and he actually killed Superman? So that bothered me a little bit, that we're actually supposed to forget about that, because he's one of the most iconic Superman villains of all time. Probably even surpassing Darkseid. I don't know. They're about the same. Just it bugs me a little bit that they did that. Another thing I don't like is that they use Ezra Miller he's not Barry Allen. He's more of a Wally West. So I really wish they would have used Wally West instead of Barry Allen. I know that's nitpicky, but it just bugs me a little bit. So one note about universe building: they built the story going forward for sequels, Darkseid and his army coming. We also get to see Martian Manhunter come in. We get to see oh my gosh, his name is escaping me. Give me one more second. Check my notes. Ryan Choi, who is Adam, who might be simplified, but he's kind of like Ant-Man. You can shrink down really, really small. So he's another superhero. So they did add some more characters that you don't see. They have Lex break out of prison, meet with Deathstroke on a boat. So that's pretty cool. Deathstroke's going to go after Batman. But then you see Batman's dream, which is pretty crazy. It's basically apocalyptic. Most of them did not survive. So it's the villains. So you have Joker, Deathstroke, Mira, Batman, Flash. You have villains and heroes joined up to go on these missions. Obviously, Batman and Joker are fighting the whole time. But what it is, it's an evil Superman. And what we see there is, if Darkseid gets that anti-life equation, which is what he is going back for, then that allows him to really control anyone that he wants. So that's how you end up with evil Superman. And we see the results of that. Nobody's going to make it out alive. So obviously their next steps were to stop Darkseid from getting that equation. I mean, they won a small victory, but the war is huge and it's there. They're going to have to keep building up their Justice League in order to fight him. But in conclusion about this movie, great movie. Loved it. Loved every second of it. Would watch it again. Will watch it again. This is what the DC needed. It is. And I think it's just crazy that they are gonna that they're just gonna get rid of Snyder. Like, they should be giving him the keys and being like, you know what, Kevin Feige does this, you do this for us. Build this universe for us. You got control. Run with it. Because this is exactly what they need. This was epic. It was a great movie. Was it the best movie of all time? No. Was it the best comic book movie? In my opinion, no. but it was very good. And it was what they need. This is an answer to the Avengers. But if you get that answer and then you say, all right, well, that was nice. Let's go ahead and reboot, start over. That's just dumb. You're throwing money away. People will throw money at you to watch this universe grow and build. Sign those actors to long-term contracts and get the movies done. Like that's what you need to do. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Thank you guys for coming. I do have Falcon and Winter Soldier coming up. I'm going to start doing live reactions again. It just, those are kind of tough to edit sometimes, but I will get those going again. Lots more coming, guys. Thanks for coming. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so down below. Share with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time.